It began on a quiet afternoon when I noticed subtle signs that something was amiss. My home had been unusually quiet, but my security system indicated movement near the side entrance. At first, I assumed it was just a delivery or a neighbor passing by, but the camera revealed the unmistakable figure of Karen, the notorious HOA enforcer. She had somehow obtained a master key and was attempting to sneak into my home without permission. The audacity of it left me momentarily speechless, but I quickly regained composure. Karen had overstepped in every conceivable way: trespassing, unauthorized entry, and blatant disregard for property rights. But the best part of the situation was that she had no idea who or what she was about to encounter inside my home. I quietly moved to the living room, where my K-9 service dog, trained for both security and law enforcement support, was calmly resting. This dog was not just a pet. He was a highly trained professional, capable of responding to threats with precision and authority. Karen, of course, had no idea what awaited her. I watched from the security monitor as she fiddled with the locks, her face twisted in smug determination. She clearly believed she was clever, confident that the master key would grant her access without consequence. I allowed her a few moments to fully engage with her plan, knowing that the suspense of the situation would make the outcome even more satisfying. Finally, she stepped through the doorway, and that's when my dog became aware of the intruder. A low, warning growl emanated from the corner of the room, immediately drawing Karen's attention. She froze, her eyes widening as she realized something was very wrong. I stepped into view, calm but authoritative, and said, "Karen, I believe you've entered my home without permission. It seems you're about to meet my K-9. The reaction was instantaneous. Karen's smug confidence dissolved into panic. She tried to backpedal, stammering excuses about HOA inspections, neighborhood rules, and just checking for violations. But every word fell flat in the presence of a fully trained service dog and a homeowner well aware of her legal rights. I gave the command, and the dog, trained to assert control without unnecessary harm, positioned itself between Karen and the rest of the house, maintaining a strict but unyielding stance. Karen's face drained of color as she realized she was trapped, confronted not just by authority but by a literal physical manifestation of protection. At that moment, I contacted the local authorities. They arrived swiftly, having been pre-informed of the situation and ready to document the illegal entry. Karen attempted to argue, claiming she had permission, but the security footage, combined with my testimony and the presence of my service dog, left no room for ambiguity. She was cited for trespassing and warned about the legal consequences of further intrusion. The incident quickly became a talking point in the neighborhood. Karen, once viewed as assertive and intimidating, was now publicly embarrassed, her reputation severely diminished. Her attempt to assert control had backfired spectacularly, demonstrating that overreach without understanding consequences can lead to public humiliation and legal trouble. I spent the remainder of the day reviewing security footage, ensuring all systems were operational, and reinforcing my property boundaries. Karen's intrusion had only strengthened my resolve to maintain clear, enforceable boundaries and to be prepared for any future attempts at interference. From that day forward, every glance at the side entrance reminded me of the lesson Karen had learned too late. Never assume authority where none exists, never trespass, and never underestimate the combined power of preparation, legal knowledge, and a highly trained service dog. She had walked into my home thinking she could intimidate, only to be met with a calm, controlled, and inescapably authoritative response, one she would never forget.